Minnesota Golden Gophers 8-0 to start the season. Amaya Battle, junior guard, 5'11", gets a start from Hopkins, Minnesota. Shooting only 39% from the floor, had 4 rebounds, 3 assists yesterday against Houston. Tori McKinney, a freshman, will start at guard, 6'1", from Minnetonka, Minnesota. 10.7 rebounds against Houston yesterday. Back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards from Prep Girls Hoops for her AAU play before matriculating at Minnesota. Mallory Heyer, junior forward from Chaska, Minnesota, 6'1", 35% shooter on the year, averaging 6 points per game, had 4 points, 11 rebounds against Houston yesterday. 3 games with 10 or more rebounds so far this season. Grace Kaholski, sophomore, guard forward, 5'10", from North Prairie, Wisconsin, 18 points, 4 rebounds against Houston, averaging about 10 points per game. And Sophie Hart, senior center, 6'5", from Farmington, Minnesota, 10 points, 4 rebounds yesterday against Houston, averaging 7.6 points per game. She's a .500 shooter from the floor. Starting lineup for Minnesota: Battle and McKinney at guard, Heyer, Grakowski at forward, and Hart at center. For the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, your starting lineup features 3 guards and 2 forwards. One of those forwards is sophomore Ashlyn Jones, 6 feet tall, from Houston, has yet to attempt a three-pointer this year, had 1 point, 3 rebounds yesterday against Cleveland State. The other forward is grad student Cameron Jones from Magnolia, Texas, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist against UNO Tuesday night. Yesterday, didn't do much on the floor, but still shooting 50% from the floor this season. Tamia Robinson, 5'9", out of Philadelphia, the grad student, double-digit scoring in 3 of 5 games so far this year, 42% from the floor. Grad student Judy Benedict, another guard on the floor, 5'8", from Palm Bay, Florida, is averaging 7.2 points per game. And Jalen James, 5'8", junior guard from Madisonville, 10 points, 3 rebounds the other night against UNO, is averaging nearly 13 points per game. For Louisiana, Robinson, Benedict, James at your guard positions, and the 2 Joneses, Ashlyn and Cameron, at forward. Minnesota wearing their maroon and gold uniforms, maroon base, gold numbers and lettering, and gold trim with a little bit of black around the trim on the legs. The Raging Cajuns wearing their whites with the red trim down the side, with Louisiana inside that red trim. Red numerals with white and black piping around those numbers. Your third team on the court today, your officials. They are Felicia Grenner, Bill Lawrence, and Eric Koch. As we are ready to go, the Cajuns move from right to left, Minnesota from left to right. Hart, Cameron Jones facing off, and the toss is won by Hart. Minnesota with the first possession, moving the ball effectively around the perimeter. Hart winds up with it. To the far side, Tori McKinney working around 2 defenders, passes inside the paint to Hart, looking for a 3-second violation of the Cajuns. They don't get it. 3-point shot from the far side is good. Grace Kaholski, 18 points yesterday. She scores the first 3 of this game. 30 seconds gone by. It's 3-0 Golden Gophers. Raging Cajuns quickly up court. Cameron Jones swings it to the corner. Tamia Robinson works inside. Now has to cut outside around the perimeter to Ashlyn Jones. Now to Benedict. Looking to cut inside, cut off by 2 defenders. Gives it away to Cameron Jones. Into the paint to Ashlyn Jones. Fadeaway jumper off the glass, no good. And rebounded by Tori McKinney. Pushing up court along the near sideline. Amaya Battle, her brother playing in the NBA. We'll talk more about that later. Passes. Now inside to Sophie Hart. Hook shot from about 10 feet away is no good. Fight for the rebound, won by Ashlyn Jones on the far side of the court. She gives it to Tamia Robinson, who works her way along the far side. Pulls up inside the arc, bounces off to Benedict, who gets inside, and a traveling violation called against Louisiana. 8:48 to go in the first quarter. Minnesota leading 3-0. Traveling violations, a big bugaboo yesterday for Cleveland State. The Cajuns get called for the first one of the day today. Amaya Battle with the ball in the front court. To the corner, Mallory Heyer has it. Back to Battle at the wing, works her way around the perimeter. Retreats towards the timeline, now to Grahalski. Back to Heyer in the corner. Now finds Hart, the center, at the point. Nice pass inside to Heyer, who gets the finger roll off the glass from the low post. 5-0 Heyer with her first 2 points of the afternoon. 8:15 to go in the first quarter. The Golden Gophers up 5-0. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns off to a slow start again yesterday. They were down 4-0 before they got their first points on the board. Driving inside, Cameron Jones, shot off the glass, wild shot, no good, wide right, and rebounded by Heyer. Passes off to Battle. Works her way up court, gives it back to Heyer, who dribbles inside, cuts off her drive at the high post. Back outside, McKinney, 3-ball from the wing near side, no good. Offensive rebound, Sophie Hart, foul called. And contact by Cameron Jones gets her call for the first foul. Good hustle play there by Cameron Jones, but she displaced Hart, who had the ball and had the rebound. Inbound from behind or from under the basket. Grohalski to Battle, goes up off the glass and gets the basket. Amaya Battle, 5'11 junior guard out of Hopkins, Minnesota. No points last night. She's on the scoreboard, makes it 7-0 for Minnesota. 7.5 to go in the first quarter. Nubia Benedict. Dribble drives inside, now passes back. Almost lost by Cameron Jones, able to recover before the ball goes into the back court. Gives it to Robinson. Cuts to the near side wing, 10 on the shot clock. Robinson inside, nearly lost the handle, gives it away to Cameron Jones. 4 on the shot clock, turnaround, goes up. Contact, no call, rebound by Sophie Hart. Up court along the far side, McKinney gives it back to Battle. Thought about a three, instead goes inside to the low post to Hire. Turnaround, finger roll off the glass. It's now 9-0 Minnesota, 3 minutes into this game. Tamia Robinson, Philadelphia native, takes the ball up court, slowing down the pace. Man defense applied by Minnesota. Robinson dribbles inside, gets to the top of the key, passes outside. Ashlyn Jones to the corner, feints a three. There's Nubia Benedict, gives it back to Ashlyn Jones to the far side. Robinson dribbles inside, ball knocked away, out of bounds. Cajuns will get it back with 5 seconds on the shot clock, 6:36 to go in the first quarter. Substitutions, Hart comes out. Annika Stewart comes in for Minnesota. Meanwhile, Ashlyn Jones and Nubia Benedict come out for Louisiana. Erica Lafayette checking in for the Ragin' Cajuns. As does Jalen James. 3 on the shot clock. Inbound comes. Wild shot. Jalen James. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots. Near side official says her foot was on the line. And the Cajuns get bailed out by Amaya Battle, who's charged with the foul. First one against her, first one against Minnesota. 6:31 to go in the first quarter. 2 shots coming to Jalen James, the Mandeville High School alumna. Shooting almost 87% from the foul line this year. She hits the first foul shot, and the Cajun scoring drought is over. Took them 3 minutes, 29 seconds to get a point on the board. Still without a field goal, though, as James' second shot is up and in. Cajuns cut the deficit to 7. 9-2, 6:31 to go in the first quarter. Minnesota bringing the ball up court slowly but surely. Tori McKinney gives it away to Grohalski on the far side. Grohalski takes it back from Stewart. Comes to the near point, to the corner. Hire has it. Inside to McKinney, nearly lost the ball, kicks it out, 3-point shot from the far point. Grohalski misses and rebounded by Louisiana, and a foul called on the loose ball. Goes against Mallory Hire. That's her first, Minnesota's second. And the Cajuns will put Ashlyn Jones back into the game. Meanwhile, Minnesota checks in Taylor Woodson, freshman forward from Minnetonka, Minnesota. Cameron Jones coming out for Louisiana, for those of you keeping score at home. Minnesota putting 2 defenders in the front court, or pardon me, in the back court, to contest against the Cajuns as they bring the ball up. 4 minutes gone by in this first quarter. It's 9-2, Minnesota leading. Tamia Robinson brings the ball up court. Passes inside, Ashlyn Jones. Backdoor cut, nice feed to Erica Lafayette. She missed the basketball, tipped out of bounds. Cajuns get it back with 20 on the shot clock. 5:53 to go in the first quarter. Cleveland State ran that same backdoor cut yesterday effectively, but what we saw there is indicative of what we've seen from the Cajuns. Good opportunities, but can't get the shots to fall. Inbound from under the basket. Tamia Robinson gets it into the near side corner. Jalen James works her way around the perimeter. Now goes to the far side to Lafayette. Works in, retreats, now cuts into the paint, kicked out. Robinson dribbling parallel to the foul line. Now at the foul line extended, cuts to the paint, goes up. Wild shot off the glass and gets it to go. And the Cajuns, 4.5 minutes into the game, get their first field goal. They cut the deficit to 5, 9-4. Minnesota still leading. Alexia Rose, who checked in during that last stoppage, brings the ball up court for Minnesota. Swung around the horn to the corner. Taylor Woodson going baseline. Turnaround jumper from the low post. Rolls in. Sometimes better lucky than good. 11-4 as Ashlyn Jones goes down. And she's slow to get up. Trying to walk off. Not sure if she tweaked a knee or an ankle, but she's writhing in pain as she goes up court. Cajuns will make the substitution. Cameron Jones comes in favor of Jones. So for Louisiana, it's Robinson, Lafayette, James, Matthews, Jones on the court. For Minnesota, Rose, McKinney, Woodson, Stewart, Grohalski. Robinson up court for Louisiana. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hand off to Erica Lafayette. Deep two from about 21 feet out is no good. And the rebound bounces back to Annika Stewart from Minnesota. She passes off to Rose. She comes up court near side. Back to Stewart at the top of the arc. Swung to the far side. McKinney tries to go baseline. Can't do it. Has to get to Grohalski. Swings it to the corner. Woodson starts to cut inside. She's cut off. Now goes baseline. Pass out. That's McKinney dribbling inside. 10 on the shot clock. Wild shot. Wanted to foul. Didn't get it and rebounded by Tamia Robinson. Pass up court. 1-on-1 opportunity for Erica Lafayette as she hurries. Instead, she slows it down. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. It's 11-4. Minnesota leading by 7. Robinson dribbles inside to the paint, tries to pass to the far corner. It's intercepted by Tori McKinney. 2-on-2 opportunity. She hurries, passes off, and a traveling violation called against Taylor Woodson. She gathered the ball. The official saw it and made the right call. 4:14 to go in the first quarter. Minnesota leads 11-4 over the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Cajuns have the ball when we return to action on the Ragin' Cajun Sports Network from Learfield. Thank you. Back on the Louisiana Ragin' Cajun Sports Network from Learfield. 4:14 to go in the first quarter. Minnesota leads Louisiana 11-4. Inbound comes in, goes to Lene Wheaton, who checked in during the stoppage. Swings it around to Jasmine Matthews, who also checked in. Back to Wheaton, near side wing. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ball knocked away and stolen by Minnesota. That's Alexia Rose with the pickpocket and the basket, going coast to coast, getting 2 points off the takeaway. It's now 13-4 with 3:50 to go in the first quarter. The Golden Gophers leading the Cajuns. Louisiana so far in this game, 1 for 6 shooting. Cajuns trying to reverse their fortunes here. 3:37 to go in the first quarter. Wheaton dribbling inside, cuts it back out, now pulling up jumper. Jasmine Matthews, a brick, no good. Rebounded by Alexia Rose, the Bloomfield, Connecticut native, one of the few players on this team not from Minnesota. Grohalski with the ball, top of the arc, swings it to the corner, now pass inside to Sophie Hart, the center back in the game. Nice cut to Taylor Woodson, who gets the basket. The Cajuns put 3 defenders on Sophie Hart. They left Taylor Woodson all alone, and the freshman gets the bucket. 15-4, 3:05 to go in the first quarter. The Golden Gophers proving why they're 8-0 to start the season. Louisiana in the front court. Nubia Benedict in the paint. Kicks outside. 15-foot jumper far in. Jasmine Matthews, no good. This time rebounded by Tori McKinney. The Minnetonka High School alumna works her way up court along the near side. To the wing. Inside. Kicks back out. Finds Woodson at the top of the arc. Swung around to Kennedy. Nope, pardon me. That's Grace Grohalski who has the ball now. 15 on the shot clock. Grohalski catches a pick from Hart. Passes outside. Rose wanted a 3, didn't take it. Pulls up to the low post. Takes a jumper from about 14 feet out. No good. Rebounded by Lene Wheaton. Works her way inside, does Wheaton. Pulls up to the mid post. Now takes a jumper from about 13 away. No good from the far side, and rebounded by Grohalski. Cajun still can't hit the broadside of a barn as their shooting struggles continue. And a pass inside. Taylor Woodson streaking from behind. Catches the pass from Woodson. And it's now a 17-4 game. Make that Woodson with the basket, getting the assist from Tori McKinney. Meanwhile, Cajuns back up court. Nubia Benedict going coast to coast. Finger roll basket off the glass, and the Cajuns in their scoring drought of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 17-6 with 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Cajuns trailing by 11 to Minnesota. Alexis Rose with the ball to the top of the arc. Finds McKinney near side point. Inside to the high post. Woodson gets inside the paint. Fadeaway jumper from 8 away is good. 19-6. Minnesota leading Louisiana by 13. 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lene Wheaton with the ball. The Cajuns 2 for 10 shooting. Meanwhile, Minnesota have hit 4 of their last 5 field goal attempts. Matthews with the ball, top of the arc, guarded closely. Minnesota playing a man defense. Lene Wheaton has the ball, dribbles around, has the ball knocked away and stolen. That's Alexia Rose with her second steal of the day. Up court to Woodson, who misses the easy bucket. That was a gimme, and she missed it. Up court, Louisiana on the fast break. Erica Lafayette, pull-up jumper from 10 feet away is good. Hit that shot from the wing, and the Cajuns cut their deficit to 11. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Minnesota leads 19-8. Quick three from the far wing is good. Tori McKinney makes it 22-8 with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Louisiana working their way up court along the near side. Erica Lafayette has it, dribbling in, and an offensive foul called away from the ball. Called against Cameron Jones. That's Jones's second foul of the afternoon. And wholesale substitutions for the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Tamia Robinson back on the court. Cameron Jones on the court. Jalen James back into the game. Erica Lafayette stays in, as does Jasmine Matthews. Nope, check that. Dacia Jones checks in to close out the first quarter. About a second and a quarter differential between game and shot clock. Minnesota can hold for the final shot. Official trying to tell assistant coach Deacon Jones to have a seat. Meanwhile, Amaya Battle driving inside, throws the ball away, and it's off the hands of Mallory Heyer. She couldn't hold on to it. Now the Cajuns with 8 seconds to score the final points of the quarter. Working the ball up court quickly. Lafayette has it. 25-foot three-point shot from the far wing. No good. Ball tipped out. Minnesota rebounds. That's Woodson who pulls it in. And mercifully, the first quarter is over. The Minnesota Golden Gophers dominating in the opening frame. 10 for 16 from the floor. The Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns 3 for 11 from the field. And it's 22-8. The Golden Gophers over the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns at the end of one quarter. We are back after this on the Ragin' Cajun Sports Network from Learfield. Louisiana, 22-8. I'm Ian Ozan. Happy that you are here with us on the Ragin' Cajun Sports Network. And those of you watching on the Crescent City Sports YouTube feed, watching from Minnesota, Shakopee checking in, Breezy Point, Minnesota checking in. We appreciate you watching and listening on the YouTube stream today. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns, much like yesterday, not able to get any of their shots to drop. 3 for 12 from the floor, 0 for 1 from three-point range. Minnesota, by comparison, 10 for 16 from the floor in that first quarter. Louisiana Raging Cajuns find themselves in a deep hole to start this second quarter. As they inbound, now in the front court, Ashlyn Jones spins around in the paint. She's fouled, and she's going to the line for 2 shots. Sophie Hart called for the foul. That's Hart's first foul of the afternoon. First of the quarter for Minnesota. Ashlyn Jones, 0 for 1 from the floor today. Does have a rebound to her credit. Goes to the foul line. Jones hitting 2/3 of her foul shots so far this year. Jones bends the knees, flicks the wrist, left-handed foul shot, no good. Jones, a biology major from Klein Oak High School in Houston. Season high 8 points, 9 rebounds against Loyola a few weeks ago. Puts up the second shot. That one goes. Cajuns trail 22-9. 9:45 to go in the first half. Minnesota in control. Cajuns playing a full-court press. Kickball called as Jalen James stuck her foot out, and based on the trajectory, would have had about a 10-yard field goal in that one. Full-court press applied as Minnesota inbounds again. 3 Cajuns defenders, 2 Minnesota offensive players, 10-second violation, and a held ball called. And they're pointing to the shot clock. They said 27 was on the clock initially. Trail official points that out. Only 1 second left to get the ball into the front court for Minnesota after the held ball. Ball is tipped, it's stolen away, push out of bounds, and Minnesota gets it back. So some confusion about the 10-second violation. The Raging Cajun bench wanted a gimme, but neglected the fact that after the kick ball, there are only 27 on the shot clock. The Cajuns can't get the turnover by steal or by violation. So Minnesota with the ball in the front court. McKinney takes a shot, is flat off the front of the iron, and rebounded by Tamia Robinson. She brings the ball up court along the far side. Now slowing down the pace. Now works her way in, gets to the foul line. Arm bars the defender. Ball knocked away and stolen by McKinney. Another takeaway by Minnesota. Ball thrown up court carelessly. Higher had it, lost it, and the Cajuns get the steal. Up court is Tamia Robinson. Pulls up to the foul line. Had to hesitate on her shot because, to McKinney's credit, she got there quickly and got a hand in her face. So Robinson with the ball, dribbling around, 15 on the shot clock. 8:50 to go in the second quarter. Passes off to Dacia Jones. Works her way in, kicks outside. Erica Lafayette, 3-point shot from the near side wing, no good, and rebounded by Sophie Hart. Hart at 6'5", easily the tallest player the Cajuns have faced this year. Ball in the front court, 3-point shot from the near side wing is no good. Missed by Grahowski, and a rebound goes to Hart, a whistle, and a held ball. Louisiana will get it back on the possession arrow. Now the officials are having a conversation inside the lane. I think they're going to go to the monitor to check to see if there was any kind of foul, and we'll go ahead. We'll take this timeout with them. With 8:28 to go in the second quarter, Minnesota leads Louisiana 22-9. The call on the court is a held ball, but they're going to review to see if there's any excessive contact. So we'll take the break. We'll have the results of the review after this on the Raging Cajun Sports Network. 8:22 to go in the second quarter. Minnesota leads Louisiana 22-9. We're still awaiting a decision from the officials as the crew chief is still looking at the monitor. Felicia Grinner, our referee today, Bill Lawrence, and Eric Koch. Okay, so the monitor froze. They weren't able to get a look at whether there was excessive contact under the basket. So the play on the court stands. Held ball. Louisiana with the possession arrow. They get the ball back. 8:28 to go in the second quarter. Minnesota leading 22-9. And now we have a whistle. And now Felicia Grinner, the crew chief, letting both benches know the monitor is down, so replay reviews are going to be few and far between for the remainder of this game. Tamia Robinson takes the inbound from Ashlyn Jones. We're underway. 8:20 to go in the second quarter. Cajuns down by 13. Robinson catching a pick and roll. Works her way to the far side. Now into the corner to Lafayette. Back outside to Robinson at the wing. 10 on the shot clock. Lafayette near side point. Wants to work around the perimeter. Now cuts inside against one defender. Cut off by a second defender. 5 on the shot clock. Lafayette with the ball. Has to do something. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Awkward jump shot. It's partially blocked by Tori McKinney. Shot clock violation. It's one thing to have shots not go down. It's another thing not to know what's on the shot clock and to blow an offense possession like that. That's what keeps Gary Broadhead and company up at night. Amaya Battle with the ball in the front court. Swings it to the far side. Tori McKinney now to the corner. 3-point shot from Heyer is good. Heyer from the corner is money. Her first 3-point attempt of the night. Her first 3-point make. She now has 7 as Minnesota leads 25-9 with 7.5 to go in the second quarter. The Cajuns on a 2-minute plus scoring drought. Erica Lafayette looking to end that drought. She has the ball, top of the arc, 25 feet away from the basket. Cut off by a defender. That's Heyer guarding her closely. Gives it away to Robinson. Inside, gets to the paint. Triple team. Kick outside. 3-point shot from the far end. That's Lafayette who misses it off the back of the iron and rebounded by Tori McKinney. Grohowski, 3-point shot off the pass. No good. Heyer flies in. Attempts to rebound. Can't get the handle. And sends the ball out of bounds. Louisiana gets it back. 6:56 to go in the second quarter. 25-9. Minnesota leading Louisiana. The Golden Gophers, after today, will host North Florida. They'll play their first true road game of the season in about a week from now when they go to Nebraska to open Big Ten play. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns, after this, will host Rice next Saturday. A week break for Louisiana after today. Dribbling up court, Tamia Robinson gets it to go off the glass, and the Cajuns in their nearly 3-minute scoring drought. It's 25-11 with 6:39 to go in the second quarter. Quickly in the front court, Amaya Battle gets it to Grohowski, back to Battle, feints a 3-point shot, passes back to Grohowski, near side wing, 15 on the shot clock, going back to Battle. The two playing hot potato. Now to Woodson in the far corner, works her way out, finds Battle at the top of the key. Another pass, this time stolen by Nubia Benedict. 1-on-1 as she hurries, 2-on-1 as she hurries. She goes up, contact, misses the shot off the iron, but Benedict going to the line for 2 shots after Amaya Battle gets charged with her second foul of the afternoon. Nubia Benedict at the line. Out of Palm Bay, Florida. Transfer from North Florida after 2 years. Shooting about 29% from the foul line, and she clunks the first one off the iron. That one off the front of the rim. Outside of basketball, Benedict heavily involved in community service. She works with the Salvation Army in several churches and runs basketball camps, mentors youth, feeds the hungry. And that time she just fed the Cajun scoreboard, putting a point up. She hit the foul shot, 25-12. 6:10 to go in the second quarter. As Minnesota, with the ball in the front court, Alexia Rose swings it around the horn. Woodson on the far side. Back to Rose at the top of the arc. 25 feet away from the basket. Rose begins to attack. Now passes inside to Grohowski. Deep 2, no good. And rebounded by Heyer off the glass. Gets the putback for the second chance points. 5:45 to go in the second quarter. 27-12. Louisiana down by 15. Benedict driving to the hole. She's fouled as she goes up. And Benedict going back to the line for 2 shots. Sophie Hart the center, called for her second foul of the afternoon. More than likely going to come out here. Annika Stewart checking in. Indeed for Hart. Benedict back to the line, 1 for 2 today. Second consecutive trip to the foul line for Benedict. First shot is up. It is good. Benedict 2 for 3 from the line today, averaging 7.2 points per game this season. She now has 4 points on the day to go along with the 1 steal. Second shot up and in. Now 3 for 4 from the foul line is Benedict. Cajuns leading scorer with 5 points, 27-14. 13-point lead for Minnesota with 5.5 to go in the second quarter. Rose has the ball, gives it away to Grohowski, gives it back to Rose, now to the corner to Heyer. Pass inside, Grohowski, triple team, has the ball stripped, goes out of bounds, last touch, still waiting on a signal. They say Louisiana has it. A lot of indecision as the trail official now gives Dawn Plitzowite an explanation as to why there was a delay on the call. So the Cajuns catch a break as Nubia Benedict has the ball. And she's fouled as she goes to the hole. 4th foul against Minnesota in the quarter, so Louisiana will inbound. Foul called on Woodson. It's her first. Dawn Plitzowite, Michigan Tech graduate, class of 95 in her second season at Minnesota, 28-16 entering today. 393 career wins as Louisiana off the inbound. Nubia Benedict shoots from the foul line, extended to make it 27-16. Cajuns within 11 with 4:52 to go in the second quarter. Alexia Rose has the ball. Grohowski to Woodson. Back to Grohowski. Over to Rose, far side wing. Looking for someone, anyone. Now goes to the corner. Finds Heyer to Grohowski inside. Turnaround jumper, no good, and rebounded by Louisiana. Cameron Jones has it. 4.5 remaining in the second quarter. The Cajuns can cut their deficit to single digits on this possession. Robinson brings it up court. Finds Lene Wheaton to the corner. Benedict, 3-point shot, rims out. It was halfway down and came out. Another tough break for Louisiana. Taylor Woodson brings the ball up court. To Rose, into the corner. Heyer 3-ball is no good. Off the iron and rebounded by Benedict. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Cajuns trail Minnesota 27-16. Louisiana trying to get back into this game. Robinson dribbling inside, cut off by 2 defenders to the top of the key. Long 2 is good from 18 feet 8 inches. Cameron Jones hits the shot. 27-16, make that 27-18. Minnesota leading Louisiana by 9. 30-second timeout called by Minnesota to try to stall some of this momentum. We mentioned Dawn Plitzowite a moment ago. The Minnesota head coach has already turned around a program that was mediocre at best, especially in a strong Big Ten. Before Plitzowite came in, Minnesota was 8-13 in 2021. 21-22, they were 15-18. In 22-23, they were 11-19. Last year, 23-24, Plitzowite's first year, 20-16 overall record, WNIT runner-up, and already this season, 8-0 to start the 2024-25 campaign. Plitzowite getting this team to buy into her system and also recruiting heavily from her own backyard, finding the best talent in the state of Minnesota. That's been her winning combination. And now Minnesota hoping that winning combination continues against the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Ball in the front court off the inbound, 3:40 to go in the second quarter. Minnesota moving the ball around fast and furious. Now inside to Stewart. Gets around a defender, goes off the glass and gets the basket. 29-18. 11-point lead for Minnesota. 3.5 to go in the second quarter. Tamia Robinson brings the ball up court. Wanted to pick, didn't get it. Works her way around, cuts baseline, goes up, wild shot, gets it to go. Tamia Robinson. 6 points on the afternoon for her. 29-20, Louisiana makes it a 9-point game with 3:10 to go in the second quarter. McKinney in the front court for Minnesota. Swings it to Battle on the far side. Looking for someone on the inside, can't do it. Goes back to McKinney at the top of the arc. Gives it to Grohowski. Back to Battle. 3-point shot, far wing, no good. Too strong. Offensive rebound falls to McKinney. Gets around a defender, Jones, goes up off the glass, too strong, no good. Rebounded Louisiana. Brought down by Jalen James. The Mandeville High graduate kicks outside. Three-point shot. Robinson from the far wing. No good. Offensive rebound. Nubia Benedict. 2:40 to go in the second quarter. Cajuns trying to cut the lead farther. Benedict, three-point shot near wing is no good. It's an air ball and rebounded by Grohoski. Grace Grohoski brings the ball up court herself. Now hands it off. Three-point shot. Stewart no good. Too strong off the back of the iron and rebounded by Jalen James. Cajuns slowing down the pace. Tamia Robinson directing traffic. Gives the ball to Nubia Benedict. 2:15 to go in the second quarter. 9-point lead from Minnesota. 29-20 over the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Working her way inside. 2-3 zone played by Minnesota. Benedict gets to the paint. Goes up. Wanted contact. No call, but gets the finger roll to go off the glass. It's a 7-point game. 29-22. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns, who trailed by as many as 13 in this contest, have begun to make a game of it. In the front court, McKinney works the ball around the horn to the corner. Higher goes baseline, goes up, shot partially blocked off the glass. Ball saved and stolen away by Louisiana, but thrown away. Higher gets it. 5-foot jumper is good. Oh, the Cajuns had a chance, but an errant pass allowed Minnesota to take a 9-point lead, 31-22. Higher helping Minnesota increase their advantage. Louisiana back in the front court. Benedict passes to Jones. Ashlyn Jones misses the shot from 10 feet away. Rebounded by Minnesota. Amaya Battle coming up court. Pull-up jumper from 16 away is no good. Rimmed out. Rebound falls to Louisiana. Erica Lafayette bringing the ball up court for the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Slows her roll and gives the ball to Tamia Robinson, who's fouled as she presses towards the basket. Fifth foul against Minnesota, so that's foul shots for Louisiana, as Stewart gets called for her first foul of the afternoon. Louisiana Raging Cajuns doing a good job of playing fast and furious with his Minnesota squad as the Raging Cajun is down. That's Benedict. Or check that, it's Robinson who's slow to get up. She does. And she's ready to go to the line to take her two shots. 1 minute to go in the second quarter. Minnesota leading Louisiana 31-22, 9-point game. The Cajuns down by 13 at 1 point in this second quarter. Have found a bit of a rhythm as the first foul shot from Tamia Robinson is no good. An 86% foul shooter on the season is Robinson. She misses her first one of the day. 6 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist for Robinson so far in this contest. 31-22. Cajuns looking to make it an 8-point game here. 1 minute to go. Robinson. Shot is up and in. 31-23. The Cajuns with life. 8 for 24 shooting so far in the game. The Cajuns, after a disastrous first quarter shooting, have come back alive. 5 for 12 so far in this frame. Meanwhile, Minnesota in the front court. Nehemiah Holloway from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, checked in a little while ago, passes off to Battle, who gets it to Higher on the near side wing. Whistle, 3-second violation with 41 and 6/10 seconds to go in the second quarter. Another takeaway for the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, and now a chance for Louisiana to further cut this lead. Battle checks out, Rose comes in, and the Golden Gophers trying to find a way to stop this Cajun comeback. Louisiana outscoring Minnesota 15-9 so far in the second quarter. Lene Wheat in the front court, pulls up to the foul line, takes a jumper, is flat, no good, and rebounded by Holloway. Cajuns fighting for the ball, they can't get it. Alexia Rose comes up with it. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 31-23, Minnesota leading by 8. Rose hands off to Grohoski. Directing traffic is Grohoski. 7 on the game clock, ball knocked away, not stolen, recovered by Minnesota. McKinney goes up off the glass, foul called, and 2 shots coming to Minnesota with 1 10 to go. Foul is called on Jalen James. That's her second. So check that, that's her first foul of the afternoon. And that's the first foul for the Cajuns in the quarter. Richard Tiberville, former 10 o'clock producer extraordinaire at KLFY TV in Lafayette, giving us the information. As McKinney goes to the foul line for the 2 shots. First one up and in. Tori McKinney from Minnetonka Her father, Thomas, was a track star at Virginia from 1987 to 1991. Her uncle, Anthony, played for the Minnesota Vikings back in the day. She hits her second shot. With 1 10 to go, the inbound goes to Lene Wheaton. Cajuns won't attempt the shot as time expires on the second quarter. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns finding a rhythm, but Minnesota's strong first quarter output gives them a 10-point lead going into the locker room at the half. Through 20 minutes of play, your score, the Minnesota Golden Gophers 33, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns 23. We're back after this on the Raging Cajun Sports Network from Learfield. At the Hilario Center in Westwego, the Big Easy Classic. Minnesota taking on the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. I'm Ian Ozan. Happy you are here with us. Minnesota moving from right to left in this second half. They open the possession with the ball. Amaya Battle passes off to her right, gives it to Tori McKinney, who gives it back to Battle inside. Sophie Hart, the 6'3 center, goes up, passes inside, and a 3-second violation called against Sophie Hart. She had the right idea, but unfortunately for Hart, camped out just a little bit too long in the lane. That gives the Cajuns an opportunity to cut this 10-point deficit to single digits. Tamia Robinson works her way into the near side corner, tries to go baseline, is cut off by Heyer. Passes to Ashlyn Jones, who gives it back to Robinson, now swings around the horn, winds up in the hands of Nubia Benedict on the far side. She cuts baseline, pull-up jumper from 17 feet away. No good off the iron. Offensive rebound by Louisiana. That's Cameron Jones. Goes for the putback, no good. She gets her own rebound off the glass and gets the second chance points. Make that third chance points as Cameron Jones got 2 offensive rebounds before she got the basket. 33-25, 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cajuns deficit now 8. Golden Gophers up court. Amaya Battle in the corner, works her way inside, gets to the paint, goes up, shot partially blocked, no good, and rebounded by Tamia Robinson. Gives it away to Jalen James, who goes back to Robinson, goes up court, offensive foul called. And the reason why they're going to go offensive foul here instead of a blocking foul, A, the defender had her position, so give credit where credit's due to Grohowski for getting there. But secondly, Robinson, when she went in, extended that forearm, and anytime you see that, you're going to get an offensive call. So the player control foul gives the ball back to Minnesota with 8:40 to go. As Battle works her way in, shot and missed, rebounded by Hart. She goes up, she misses her shot wildly, and rebounded by Louisiana. Tamia Robinson with the ball on the far side, passes into the corner, going to the hole. Jalen James gets the basket. 33-27, Louisiana on a 4-0 run to open the third quarter. And the Cajuns, who at one point trailed by as many as 13, are now down by only 6. Hart with the ball at the top of the arc. To her right, gives it to Heyer. Tries to work in, can't do it. Cajuns playing a man defense. As McKinney works her way inside, goes up, floats one, is an air ball, and rebounded by Jalen James. She directs traffic, 2-on-2, 3-on-2, she hurries, pass inside, off the glass, bucket's good. Cameron Jones, Cajuns cut the deficit to 4, 33-29, 7:45 to go in the third quarter, and a timeout called by Minnesota. Louisiana on a 6-0 run to open the second quarter, and with 7:44 to go in the third, Minnesota's lead is down to 4, 33-29 over the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. We'll take the timeout on the floor with them. We're back with more on the Raging Cajun Sports Network from Learfield after this. We are back on the Louisiana Raging Cajun Sports Network from Learfield. The Cajuns on a 6-0 run to open the third quarter. They now trail by only 4, 33-29, 7:40 to go in the third quarter. Minnesota inbounds. Grohowski with the ball, looking for someone, and she's guarded closely by Nubia Benedict. Gets it to McKinney. Cajuns still playing a tight man defense. Inside to the low post. Mallory Heyer goes up. She's fouled. Foul called against Cameron Jones. That's her third foul. Cajuns call for their second foul of the quarter. As Heyer goes to the line for 2 shots, averaging 6 points per game this season. She misses the first foul shot. Heyer with 11 points, 3 rebounds today. Second shot is up, it's good. 5-point game for Minnesota, 34-29. Ashlyn Jones to inbound the ball for Louisiana. Checking out is Cameron Jones. For Louisiana, it's Matthews, James, Benedict, Robinson, Ashlyn Jones on the court. For Minnesota, Battle, McKinney, Stewart, Heyer, Grohowski. In the front court, Benedict trying to cut baseline, can't do it, kicks it outside, goes to Ashlyn Jones. Far side, James with it. Cuts in from the far side, goes baseline, kicks outside, 3-point shot from the near side. Corner is no good, rimmed out. Rebound brought down by Ashlyn Jones. She gives it back to James, now passes outside, 3-point shot, no good. And the rebound falls this time to Amaya Battle. Somebody lost a barrette on the court. MC Vogt running in to pick it up to avoid any injury. Stewart with the ball in the front court. 3-point shot is good. From the near side point, Stewart ends the Cajuns' field goal run in this third quarter. It's now 37-29. 6-point gain for Minnesota. Benedict inside, goes up, misses the shot, no good. Rebounded by McKinney. She takes the ball up coast to coast, now pass to Grohowski. 3-point shot near side wing is good. And Minnesota, after the timeout, telling the Cajuns, anything you can do, we can do better. The Cajuns open the third quarter on a 6-0 run. Minnesota now on a 7-0 run since that timeout. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's now 40-29. Minnesota's lead back up to 11. Robinson with the ball. Gives it to Ashlyn Jones. Feints a turnaround jumper. Now takes a shot. No good. It was an off-balance shot. Rebounded by Maya Battle. She brings the ball up court along the far side. Battle. Bounce pass inside. Stewart has it. Low post turnaround. Now passes out to Heyer. Kicks to Battle. She goes in. She trips. She falls, but a foul called. Foul called against Jalen James. Foul's on the ground, so inbound coming from under the basket as Erica Lafayette checks in for Nubia Benedict. Cajuns started the third quarter hot, but now in a 2-minute, 14-second scoring drought, 0 for their last 4 from the floor. Minnesota, meanwhile, looking to add to their 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Inbound coming. McKinney handling the honors from Minnesota from under the basket. Goes to Grohowski, far side wing. Works her way in. Out of the near side, Heyer from the wing. 3-point shot, no good. And the rebound falls to Stewart in the low post. Stewart backs on a defender. Turnaround jumper is good. 5:25 to go in the third quarter. Minnesota's lead is up to 13, 42-29. Matches the largest lead the Golden Gophers have had today. Bounce pass inside. Ashlyn Jones to the foul line extended. Hands it off. Shot off the glass is no good. Jalen James, though, is fouled. Question is it a shooting foul or is it on the loose ball? It's on the loose ball. Annika Stewart gets called for the foul. That's her second. Inbound from under the basket. Goes to James. To make that Lafayette, rather. She's at the top of the arc. Tamia Robinson works her way inside. Robinson kicked out. 3-point shot. Jasmine Matthews, no good. She shuffled her feet. Could have been a traveling call, but the officials let it slide. Up the other way, McKinney works her way in. Passed off to Heyer. Fadeaway jumper, no good. A bit short. And the rebound, nope, still loose. Ball down. We'll have a held ball. And Minnesota has a possession arrow. They'll get it back with 4:37 to go in the third quarter. That leads us to a timeout on the floor. Minnesota with the ball. When we return, the Golden Gophers on a 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes, 46 seconds. They lead at 42-29 over the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Back with more women's basketball action on the Ragin' Cajun Sports Network from Learfield after this. still none too pleased, despite her team's big lead. Now finally shows an inkling of a smile. Cajuns bring the ball up court. Lene Wheaton has it. 20 on the shot clock, 3:35 to go in the third quarter. Wheaton works her way inside, cuts in from the far end, goes baseline under the basket. Reverse layup off the glass, gets it to go, 45-31. Lene Wheaton, with her first points of the afternoon, makes it a 45-31 game. 14-point lead for Minnesota with 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Grahoski has it, works her way around the perimeter. Now around the horn into the corner to Rose. Inside, finds Woodson. She's trapped by a defender, works her way, backs down the defender into the paint. Tries to go off the glass, can't do it, kicks inside, or kicks outside rather. Grahoski in the paint puts up a 6-foot jumper, is no good. 3 minutes to go, and the Cajuns with a chance to cut the deficit again. Cajuns had nearly climbed out of the hole, but now find themselves even deeper in that hole. Down by 14 with under 3 to play. Nubia Benedict has the ball, gives it to Ashlyn Jones. Bounce pass inside is stolen away by Alexia Rose. 2-on-2 opportunity. She hurries now. 3-on-2 opportunity. Pull-up jumper from the foul line. No good. Too strong. Offensive rebound goes to Annika Stewart. She's fouled and one. Foul goes against Ashlyn Jones. Her first of the afternoon. Fourth team foul in the quarter. And Annika Stewart going to the foul line for the three-point play. 9 points, 1 rebound yesterday against Houston. Had a season-high 18 points, 4 rebounds against SMU a couple of weeks ago. Stewart, 9 points, 4 rebounds today. Foul shot is up, and she misses off the back of the iron. Offensive rebound goes to Taylor Woodson. Kicks it to the near side. McKinney works in. 15-foot jumper is no good, and the rebound will be a loose ball rebound off the loose ball foul called against Tori McKinney. Minnesota called for their third foul. Louisiana to inbound from under the basket with 2.5 to go in the third quarter. 47-31, 16-point game as the Minnesota Golden Gophers firmly in control in the third quarter. Nubia Benedict brings the ball across the timeline. Works her way in. Foul line extended. Gets to the paint. Has the ball jarred away and stolen by Taylor Woodson. Cajuns defense gets back in a hurry. Woodson cut off, gets it to Rose. Around the perimeter, Rose finds Grahoski, who retreats. Now to Hart, back to Grahoski. 3-point shot from about 25 feet away is no good. Ball loose, and the rebound falls to Louisiana. And a foul called against Woodson. She had no control over her body as she crashed into one of the Raging Cajuns near the ball. Looks like she crashed into Lene Wheaton. Regardless, it's the fourth foul against Minnesota in the quarter. And the second foul called against Woodson. 1:50 to go in the third quarter. Louisiana down by 16, 47-31. Lene Wheaton brings the ball across the timeline, works her way to the near side wing. Guarded closely by Rose. Pick set by Ashlyn Jones. Wheaton now to Jones. Around the horn to Erica Lafayette. Works inside. Pull-up jumper from 10 feet out. Off the glass is no good. And rebounded by Grahoski. Working inside, Alexia Rose. Now to Grahoski. Another three-point shot. This one no good. Sophie Hart with a rebound inside. The center goes up, fouled, and gets the basket. 49-31, 1:19 to go in the third quarter. Foul is called on Jalen James. That's her third. Cajuns' fifth of the quarter. Minnesota now on a 16-2 run over the last 5 minutes and 40 seconds as Sophie Hart goes to the foul line. 56% foul shooter on the year. Hart only 2 points today. That basket, her first. She has 2 assists to her credit as well. Foul shot is up. It is no good. A little bit too much touch on it. She put it off the back of the iron. Nubia Benedict brings the ball up court off the rebound along the near side. She trims, she falls, loses the handle, and the ball goes out of bounds. Minnesota gets it back with 1:11 to go in the third quarter. Tori McKinney gives it to Alexia Rose, who brings the ball up court now, feeds it back to McKinney, looking for someone. Cajuns in a man defense. Feed it into the corner. Now inside, Sophie Hart in the low post. Back outside, McKinney to Grahoski in the corner. Make that higher in the corner. Who goes to Rose? 12 on the shot clock. Rose works her way around the perimeter. Near side wing. Cut off by Jalen James to McKinney at the top of the arc. Inside, low post. And an offensive foul called against Sophie Hart as she made her motion to go up. Give credit where credit's due to the Louisiana Raging Cajun defense. I think that was Jalen James, who was in position, was set, and Hart with her back turned to her, never saw her there, went up, crashed into her, and offensive foul called. 46 and 7/10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Minnesota leading by 18, 49-31. Clock rolls as the Cajuns inbound. Nubia Benedict brings the ball up court. Pass off inside. Ashlyn Jones has it, looks around for someone. Anyone gives to Jalen James, works her way inside, goes up, foul called against Stewart. And they're going to say it's a shooting foul. Doesn't. They call it against Annika Stewart. That's her third. And the Cajuns with 2 shots at the line with 31 seconds to go in the third quarter. Minnesota wanted a substitution, and they will get it as McKenna Johnson checks in place of Taylor Woodson. Lene Wheaton comes out. And now Jalen James is ready to take the 2 shots. First one is up, is no good off the front of the iron. James now 2 for 3 from the foul line today. 4 points, 4 rebounds to her credit. The Cajuns on a 3-minute scoring drought. And that drought continues as the second foul shot is missed. Offensive rebound, Ashlyn Jones. Ball passed out and winds up in the hands of Nubia Benedict. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. 10 on the shot clock. Ashlyn Jones with it, the foul line extended. Gives it to James. She works her way inside. Cut off by 2 defenders. Fadeaway jumper is good. Turnaround fadeaway jumper by Jalen James. Makes it a 49-33 game with 5 seconds to go. Rose up court. 4 seconds. Kicks outside. Higher 3 from the far corner. No good. Offensive rebound and the putback and a foul called before the whistle, before the horn. Foul goes against Erica Lafayette. Results in 2 shots. Naimia Holloway goes to the line, and it looks like we have the monitor fixed. They'll see how much time should be on the clock. One of the beauties of having instant replay now is that you can put time on a clock in a situation like that. Back in the day, the player would shoot the free throws, and that would be the end of the quarter. Now, 2 of the officials looking at the monitor trying to determine how many tenths of a second should be on the clock. Really and truly, anything less than 4 tenths of a second is meaningless for the Cajuns. They're not going to attempt a full court pass and tip in. They need something to catch and shoot. It looks like they're going to put, I think the crew chief said 6 tenths of a second on the clock. That's exactly what it is, 6 tenths of a second. So that's enough for a catch and shoot for the Cajuns if they want a chance. But before that, Naimia Holloway goes to the line for 2 shots. Redshirt sophomore from Eaton Prairie, Minnesota. A 40% foul shooter on the season. First shot is up. It is no good off the front of the iron. Foul shots have not been the strong suit for either team today. Cajuns 7 for 12. Minnesota 3 for 7 in that department. Second foul shot is up and in. 50-33. 6 tenths of a second to go. Cajuns inbounded. They'll settle to end the third quarter. The Cajuns started off on a 6-0 run, and since then it's been all Minnesota. The final 7 minutes of the third quarter, a 17-4 run by the Golden Gophers. Through 3 complete. Your score, Minnesota 50, Louisiana 33. We're back after this on the Raging Cajun Sports Network from Learfield. of the third quarter, got their bearings, and righted the ship. Louisiana started off on a 6-0 run in the third quarter. A very peeved Minnesota Golden Gopher bench and head coach Dawn Plitzelwhite called the timeout, had some choice words for her players, and they turned it on after that. 17-4 run to close the quarter, and now Minnesota in the driver's seat. They lead by 17 as we begin the fourth quarter. The Golden Gophers with the ball on the possession arrow. McKinney with the ball. Looking for anyone, gives it a higher into the far side wing. Three-point shot taken by Maya Battle, and she drains it. Battle, a 57% three-point shooter on the year. Hits that one. Now 1 for 2 from downtown today. It's now 53-33. Minnesota extending their largest lead of the day to 20. Tamia Robinson passes to the far side, and a traveling violation called against Jalen James. Official said the pivot foot dragged just a little bit, and that's enough for a travel. 9:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Minnesota up by 20. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns struggling shooting again today. Only 13 for 40 in that category. Minnesota up court. Three-point shot from the far corner is good. Mallory Heyer, herself a 24% three-point shooter this season. Tacks on her 15th point of the day, is now 2 for 5 from downtown to make it 56-33 up court. Quick shot taken from 15 feet away. Tamia Robinson misses it, rebounded by Grohoski for Minnesota. Up court, McKinney to the far side wing to Battle, now to Heyer, back to Battle at the wing. She works her way around the perimeter, finds Grohoski, three-point shot, far side wing is good. 3 consecutive three-point shots hit by Minnesota to open the fourth quarter. It's now 59-33. Golden Gophers leading the Louisiana Raging Cajuns by 26. You can't stop them. You can only hope to contain them. Cajuns with the ball in the front court. Jalen James works her way inside, goes up off the glass, foul called, shot missed, but 2 shots coming to the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. That foul called against Tori McKinney. That's her first foul of the afternoon. 8:21 to go in the fourth quarter. The Raging Cajuns ending what is now a 9-0 run to open the fourth quarter for these Golden Gophers. James at the line for 2 shots. She's 2 for 4 from the charity stripe today. First shot off the back of the iron, no good. James out of Madisonville hits the second shot. The business major makes it a 59-34 point game. 8:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Minnesota up court. McKinney has it. Bounce pass to Grohoski. Passes to the far side wing. 3-point shot. Amaya Battle is short. And finally, Minnesota misses a 3. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Cajuns. Gophers get it back. 8:07 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, much to their credit, have not given up. They're still playing hard, still playing tough defense. Heyer, 3-point shot from the near side. Corner is good. But when Minnesota is shooting that well, you cannot defend that. Granted, Heyer was wide open there, but still, even with defenders in their faces, they've hit those three-pointers consistently tonight. Jalen James in the front court. Make that Tamia Robinson in the front court. Goes to the basket, fouled, and she gets the basket to go. Now 62-36, Louisiana trailing by 26. A chance to make it a 25-point game on the three-point play. Tamia Robinson now with 9 points. A chance to make it to 10 points here. She's 1 for 2 from the foul line today. Robinson, former JUCO All-America at Labette Community College, averaging 11 points per game this season. Misses the foul shot, rebounded by Minnesota and Taylor Woodson. Passing the ball up court. Amaya Battle has it. She's double-teamed. Pass to Woodson. Works her way inside. Now cuts to the near end. Works her way back to the wing. Woodson looking for someone. Gives it to Heyer. 15 on the shot clock. Heyer working around 2 defenders. Gets it to the corner. That's where she finds Woodson. Inside to the foul line extended. Now retreating. Now back into the paint. Bounce pass inside. Sophie Hart triple team. Ball is tied up. 3 on the shot clock and a held ball. Cajuns get it back. Cajuns wanted a 3-second violation. They didn't get it, but still they get the possession on the held ball. 7:21 to go in the fourth quarter. 62-36. Tamia Robinson brings the ball to the front court. Hands it off. Jalen James has to retreat, cut off by two defenders. Gets inside the paint. Wild hook shot. Off the glass. No good. Woodson with a rebound from Minnesota. 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 62-36. Minnesota leading Louisiana. Quickly in the front court. Pass to Hart. She can't handle the pass, and it goes out of bounds. 6:59 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Cajuns still trailing by 26. Substitutions coming for Louisiana at the next stop. Robinson inside to the foul line. Backs up. 18-foot jumper. No good. Grohowski with the rebound. Minnesota pushing the ball up court quickly. Grohowski across the timeline. Pulls up to the top of the arc. Now stops momentarily. Works her way to the right. Finds Hart in the paint. Turnaround jumper. No good. Bounced out and rebounded by James for Louisiana. Bounce pass up court. Finds Robinson. 2-on-2. She hurries but slows down. Doesn't take advantage of the opportunity. 20 on the shot clock. Robinson now cuts inside. Gets inside the paint. Bounce pass outside. Jalen James in the wing into the corner. Nubia Benedict has it. Works it back to James. Hand off to Benedict. Feints a 3. 10 on the shot clock. Goes inside and a foul called. Goes against Taylor Woodson, the 6-foot freshman forward from Minnetonka, Minnesota. And substitutions come in. First for Louisiana, Lene Wheaton and Erica Lafayette check in. And McKinney comes into the game for Minnesota. Each team on a scoring drought. Minnesota's about 2 minutes long. The Cajuns, their drought lasting a little bit more than that, closer to 3 minutes. As a foul called, shot taken off the inbound, called against Amaya Battle, the Hopkins, Minnesota native. Called for her third foul of the day. That sends Cameron Jones to the charity stripe. 6 points, 4 rebounds on the day for Jones. 75% foul shooter entering today. First shot is up. It is good. 62-37. 25-point lead for Minnesota. Cajuns trying to whittle away at that lead. Second shot is up. It is good. 24-point game. 62-38. Minnesota leads. After Jones hits both foul shots. Amaya Battle works the ball up court along the near side. Bounce pass to her right, finds Annika Stewart. Deep 3 ball, no good, too strong. Rebound goes to Louisiana and Jasmine Matthews, who checked in during that last stop as well. Lene Wheaton up court. Passes to the far side, finds Robinson, wants to cut inside, now does. Goes baseline, retreats, has to come out to the foul line extended. Now works her way in again, passes inside, trying to find Jones on the cut. Foul called, and Jones going back to the line for 2 more shots. Foul is called against Tori McKinney. McKinney, third foul of the day. Minnesota on a 2-minute, 5-second scoring drought. 62-38, the Cajuns trying to break 40 points or trying to cut this Minnesota lead to 22. At the start of the third quarter, the Cajuns pulled within 4 points of the lead, and since then it's been all Minnesota. Cajuns 14 for 44 today from the floor. 10 for 17 from the foul line. As Jones, who hit 2 foul shots a moment ago, misses the first one on this trip. Second shot coming from Jones. Bends the knees, flicks the wrist. Second shot good. 3 for 4 from the charity stripe today. It's now 62-39. 23-point lead for Minnesota. Golden Gophers working the ball up court. Alexia Rose. Guarded closely by Nubia Benedict. Passes to the far side corner. Finds Grohowski, who works her way inside. Gets into the paint. Now comes outside. Goes baseline. Back into the paint. Bounce pass. Ball is mishandled by Woodson. She's able to recover, though, with 7 on the shot clock. Around the horn, far side, Amaya Battle. She's fouled. That's Louisiana's first foul of the quarter. Goes against Jones. That's her 4th. So Cameron Jones has to be careful here. So Amaya Battle, the sister of Toronto Raptor Jamison Battle, inbounds the ball, gets it to Alexia Rose. Kicks it back outside, and a foul under the basket before the shot. A player control foul. Gives Louisiana the ball back. Annika Stewart, the graduate student center, bowled over Nubia Benedict, and the Cajuns get the call. 62-39, 5:09 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Cajuns with an opportunity to get above the 40-point mark and to cut the deficit to 21. With a three-pointer, they can make it 20. Benedict across the timeline, the North Florida transfer. Bounce passes inside to Jasmine Matthews, the Laplace native. Gets into the paint, backs down Hart, goes up, foul. She'll go to the line for 2 shots after this timeout on the floor. Foul is called against Sophie Hart. That's her 4th foul. Free throws coming for Louisiana after this timeout on the floor with 4:53 to go in the 4th quarter. Minnesota leads Louisiana 62-39. This is the Raging Cajun Sports Network from Learfield. Cajuns back in action on December the 7th when they host Rice in the Cajun Dome. 2 o'clock tip-off, 1:45 pregame here on the Raging Cajun Sports Network from Learfield. Cajuns at the line for 2 shots, 62-39 with 4:53 to go in the 4th quarter. And at the line for the Louisiana Raging Cajuns is Jasmine Matthews, attempting her first foul shots of the year. She hit the first one. Second foul shot is up. It is good. Jasmine Matthews now with 2 points on the afternoon to go along with 3 rebounds. It's now a 62-41 game with 4:53 to go in the 4th quarter. The inbound goes to Amaya Battle. Working her way along the far sideline. Cajuns playing a man defense. Finds Woodson at the top of the arc. Looking for a pick and roll. Doesn't get it. Works her way inside to the foul line. Into the paint. Goes up. Takes a jumper from 10 feet away. No good. Rebounded by Lene Wheaton. 4.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Cajuns down by 21. Still playing with a lot of heart. Inside, going up for the shot is Jones. She misses. Dacia Jones gets the rebound. Another put back, no good. Rose gathers the ball and is called for a travel as she slid on the floor. And Dawn Plitzelwhite, the head coach of Minnesota, is furious. She just called terrible, and now the referee is telling her to stop. He's trying his best not to call a technical foul on her. And you heard Dawn Plitzelwhite saying, call the foul. She's a little stronger language than that. The inbound goes to the Cajuns, and a foul called against Louisiana on the loose ball goes against Ashlyn Jones. And for the meantime, Plitzelwhite is placated. Now, maybe not. She's still giving that near side official an earful. Meanwhile, Minnesota inbounding. Tori McKinney takes the bounce pass. 4:09 to go in the 4th quarter. Minnesota leading 62-41. McKinney working her way on the far side, cuts in, nearly lost the ball, is able to pass it off to Grohowski. Kicked outside, Woodson. Deep 2 from about 20 feet away is no good. Fight for the rebound is won by Minnesota. McKinney with the hustle gets the ball back. Is able to get it to Amaya Battle. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. Passing to Nehemiah Holloway, who checked in during the timeout on the floor. Gets it back to Battle. 3-point shot from the near side point, no good. Holloway gets the rebound. Jumper from 10 feet out, no good. And a foul called against Minnesota. Goes against Taylor Woodson. That's Woodson's 3rd. Cajuns on a 7-0 run over the last 4 minutes and 17 seconds, but that's all coming from the foul line. The Cajuns 0 for their last 5 field goals. Louisiana shooting right at 30% for the day. That's the story of this game. A cold first quarter and going cold late in the third and early in the fourth. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns have been their own worst enemy. Defensively, they've done a fantastic job. Minnesota averaging 76 points per game entering today. So far, they've only put up 62. So the Cajuns' defense is working. It's the offense that needs to find some life. Dacia Jones goes to the line for 2 shots. The 6-foot-tall freshman, check that, sophomore out of Lafayette Christian Academy, misses the first foul shot. Jones is yet to convert a free throw this year. Second shot is up, and she finally does. 62-43, 19-point, make that 62-42, 20-point game for the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Got a little ahead of ourselves there. 3:30 to go in the fourth quarter. McKinney works her way up court for the Golden Gophers. Cuts inside, now kicked out. Grahowski, 3-point far corner, no good. And the rebound falls to Louisiana. Rebound brought down by Erica Lafayette. She passes off to Tamia Robinson, brings it up court. 18-foot jumper, no good. Offensive rebound falls to Louisiana. And the putback by Cameron Jones. She got the rebound and the basket. And the Cajuns down by 18, 62-44, with 2:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Passing up court, wide open as Grahowski gets into the paint, goes up, gets an easy layup. That ends a 10-0 Louisiana run over the last 5 minutes, and Minnesota makes it a 20-point game, 64-44, with 2:40 to go in this game. Ball in the corner, Lafayette has it. Around the perimeter, Tamia Robinson, top of the arc, gets inside. Finds Matthews, takes the jumper, is good from about 17 feet out. 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. The Cajuns trailing by 18, 64-46. Minnesota working the ball up court. Amaya Battle gives to Grahowski. Thought about taking the three. She's wide open. Right now content to let the clock run. Cajuns playing a man defense. McKinney takes the pass. Now to the corner. Finds Holloway. Looking. Pass inside the paint, has to settle for a pass to Grahowski at the top of the arc, and a foul called against Louisiana. Third foul against the Cajuns. Foul called against Cameron Jones, and that's her 5th. Cameron Jones disqualified. 11 points, 5 rebounds in 21 minutes of action. And Louisiana just drew a flopping warning. So 1:57 to go in the fourth quarter. As Mallory Heyer goes to the line for 2 shots. First one is up, and it is in. Heyer, 4 for 7. Or, pardon me, she's 3 for 6 from 3-point range today. She's now 2 for 3 from the foul line. Make that 3 for 4. Heyer, 20 points, 3 rebounds in this contest. 66-46, 20-point lead for the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. 1:50 to go. Lene Wheaton passing inside, has the ball knocked away and stolen by Heyer. 1-on-1 if she hurries. Heyer gets around the defender. Wheaton misses the shot. McKinney with the rebound. Misses the putback. Holloway gets the ball and now works her way outside. Will let some clock run off, and a whistle and a timeout called by Minnesota. And that's only to let the substitutions in. So the timeout called to allow McKenna Johnson, Maggie Sanano, and who else is checking in? Jordan Brooks is coming in. And it looks like Kennedy Click is going to come in as well. And Click indeed in the game. She's the one who inbounds to Alexia Rose. Rose working her way inside, gets to the foul line. Pass inside. Finds Jordan Brooks. The senior center gets her first bucket of the day. The Apple Valley, California native makes it 68-46 with 1:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Wheaton with the ball. Dribbles along the far side. Wants to go baseline, now does. Gets to the paint. Is cut off by 2 defenders. Kicks outside to Dacia Jones. 1 minute to go in this game. Pull-up jumper off the pass is missed by Jasmine Matthews and rebounded by Rose. 57 seconds to go in this game. Minnesota up by 20, 22, 68-46. Click with the ball to the near side wing. Passes off to Zanano. She works her way towards the far side wing. Rose has it back to Sanano. Brooks is inside, but guarded closely. Sanano says, I'll take it myself. She goes up, tries to draw the foul, misses the shot, and the rebound falls to Matthews in Louisiana. About a 1.5 second differential between game and shot clock. Lene Wheaton with the ball, comes up court, dribbles under the basket, passes, throws the ball away, and Minnesota steals it. McKenna Johnson gets credit for the steal. 15 seconds to go, passes up court to Click, who misses the easy layup off the glass. 10 seconds to go in this game. Anything Louisiana does here is strictly for pride and statistical purposes only. 5 seconds to go. Dribbling around with the ball and now dribbling inside. And getting the basket off the foul is Erica Lafayette. Foul called against Jordan Brooks, her first. So the Cajuns make the score look a little bit better. Can make the deficit 19. 68-48 is the score currently with 2 3/10 seconds to go in the game. Officials confirm only one shot. Erica Lafayette, graduate of McKinley, transfer from Rutgers. Averaging 10.2 points per game this year. She has only 4 today, looking to make it 5, and she does not. Rims out. Rebound falls to Jordan Brooks, and this game is over. The Minnesota Golden Gophers advance to 9-0 on the season. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns fall to 500, 3-3. The Minnesota Golden Gophers beat the Louisiana Raging Cajuns 68-48 at the Big Easy Classic at the Hilario Center in West Wego, Louisiana. We're going to hold it here. Gary Broadhead, the Louisiana Raging Cajun head coach, will join us in just a moment. As he comes to the table for our customary post-game interview. And for Gary Broadhead,